others. I know last time I came on, we talked about self-forgiveness, and today I just want to talk about forgiving others because that's like another doorway to freedom. So let's just look at it in the sense as, okay, now we've forgiven ourselves. So what is the next step? And ultimately, the next step is to forgive others. And so I think the most important lesson I've had on forgiving others is through Stephen. Of course, you guys know I like to use biblical references. And I was reading about Stephen in the book of Acts, and it did something to me. It made me think about my life and how I was carrying myself. I mean, I was saying that I was a Christian, not just, a Christian, but just I'm diehard for Jesus. And then like to look at myself and to realize I got all this anger, this bitterness and this malice in my heart. Is like, oh my God, am I really Christian? So when I began to read about Stephen was getting stoned to death. And before Stephen closed his eyes to go on the other side, basically, Stephen was asking God to forgive them. And so I thought to myself, I was like, Chantrice, could you forgive people that was, killing you or people that were responsible for your death? And it really, really made me think to myself, like, to me, that was the perfect example of a Christian. Stephen was. And to me, that made me feel like, wow, where am I at on that pole? Because to be honest, I don't think I could have done that. And so I started to think about the people I really, really needed to forgive. And I think the ultimate lesson that I've learned throughout my life on forgiveness was through my dad. Like, my dad taught me the art and the truth of forgiveness. And so I spent years and years angry at my dad. And, when I became face to face with him, with my truth, it wasn't until then that I found freedom. I mean, like, to go a little bit deeper, I was in relationships. And I think I was in relationships looking for things that my dad should have given me versus me expecting it from a partner. And so I didn't realize how much that affected how I was doing relationships. Not just, relationships with the opposite sex, but relationships with friends as well. Like, that unforgiveness was affecting the way I did relationships. And then when I came face to face with my truth and, with my dad and, we paying everything out, it's like I got an understanding of who he was. And not only did I get an understanding of who he was, most of all, through me getting an understanding of who he was, I got an understanding of who I was and just what I was doing. Yeah, I was upset at him, and yeah, maybe some of the things that he was doing was wrong, but the things that I was doing out of unforgiveness, those things were also wrong too. And they were not helping me at all. Like, I was going around and around in a circle, just, lost, not quite sure, like, what to do next. I just had this thing I wanted filled. And so, but it wasn't until I reached a place of forgiveness that I realized that everything I needed, God had already given it to me. And it wasn't until I realized that in order to be free, I must forgive. In order to grow the way that I want to go, in order to go to the place that I need to go, I need to forgive. See, Stephen did not go to his next level, which was the other side. The other side was his next level. But Stephen could not go to the next level until he reached a place of forgiveness. Some of us are stuck in place, and I say us because, like I said, I'm talking to you guys about my experience and what I've experienced. But some of us are stuck in places and we don't understand why we can't go to our next level. And the reason we can't go to our next level is we're still harboring unforgiveness. We're still angry. We're still bitter. And I used to be the one to say, no, I don't forgive. It's just that when they do something else and make me think about it again, or when somebody bring it up, I get mad all over again. Well, really, I had not forgiven. If it's something that still dictate my emotions, I had not forgiven. So if you're one of those people that say, yeah, we good. I forgive, and I just, when it comes back up, it make me mad, or somebody bring it up, well, you have not forgiven. So I challenge you guys today, and of course I have to challenge myself every day now since I've discovered this. But I challenge you guys to think like Stephen and have a heart like Stephen, which is the most important thing is a heart of forgiveness. Because you don't deserve to be stuck. You deserve to go to your next level, just like Stephen did. And you can't go to your next level without forgiving. It's a weight too. Like when you hold on to anger and bitter, like it just weighs you down. It's a weight. And so we need to forgive, like big time. If you guys want more information on the book of Stephen, it's in the Bible, not the book of Stephen, I'm sorry. The story of Stephen is in the book of Acts in the Bible. You guys can go to it and you'll find it there. But it was very, very touching. And it made me really, really think about how I was doing life and how I was doing relationships. And I was doing them poorly because I was harboring unforgiveness and I wasn't willing to forgive. And to see the change in my life now, like, I am begging you guys to please, 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 please free yourself. There's nothing like walking in freedom. We've done the first step. We've forgiven ourselves. Now it's time to forgive others. Come on, join in with me as I take this journey. That is my time. I love y'all. Remember to love with your whole heart because I love you.